I saved up for my stepdaughter's prom dress, but she told me not to come because I'd embarrass her, and my fiancé sided with her. So I stayed home, cut her off completely, and ended things with her mom. Hello, Reddit I plus here. You know, I never thought I'd be the kind of guy to get attached to a kid that wasn't mine, but when I met Tanya, my ex-fiancée, she had a 15-year-old daughter, Lila. And from the beginning I tried. I really tried. We'd been dating for almost 2 years. Lila was quiet, kinda standoffish at first, but I understood. Teenagers aren't exactly known for warm welcomes when a new person steps into their life, especially when it's their mom's boyfriend. But over time, I took her to school, helped with homework, cooked dinner, and paid for things her real dad never did. He wasn't around much. Tanya used to complain about him constantly, how he was flaky, selfish, emotionally unavailable, so I stepped in where I could. By the time her junior year rolled around, Lila had started opening up a bit more. We weren't best buds or anything, but there were little things. She'd laugh at my corny dad jokes, ask for help with her math homework, even sit on the couch near me without disappearing into her room the second I walked in. It felt like progress. Then prom came. Lila wanted this specific dress, emerald green, sequined, backless, the whole I'm grown now look. It cost nearly $400. Tanya couldn't afford it. I'd been working overtime, saving here and there. I surprised Lila by telling her I'd pay for it. She lit up. Really smiled. For the first time, I thought, wow, maybe she actually sees me. We went together to pick it up. Just the two of us. She even let me take a selfie with her holding the dress bag. I texted it to Tanya. Look at our girl! She's gonna steal the show! Fast forward to prom night. I got dressed up. Shirt, slacks, cologne, the works. I had my phone ready to take a million pictures. Tanya was doing Lila's makeup upstairs while I waited in the living room with my keys, ready to drive them to the venue. That's when Tanya came downstairs with this weird look on her face. She sat next to me and said, Babe, listen, Lila doesn't want you to come. She's worried you might embarrass her. I blinked. Embarrass her? What did I do? She said you tell too many jokes, and she just wants pictures with me and her friends. Now, I'm not a perfect man, but I wasn't expecting that slap in the face. After everything I'd done, stepping up, saving for that damn dress, trying to be a good man in both of their lives, I was too embarrassing? I stood there like an idiot in dress shoes while Tanya just shrugged, like it was no big deal. She's a teenager, babe, she said. She's just trying to fit in. You can take pictures at home when she gets back. But it wasn't about the pictures. It was the fact that she didn't defend me. She didn't say, he helped raise you. He bought you that dress. Show some respect. Nothing. She let her daughter decide that I wasn't good enough to be part of a moment I helped make happen. So I didn't go. I sat on the porch by myself with a beer, still wearing that damn cologne, watching their car pull away like I was some stranger. And that night, I made up my mind. When they got home, Lila walked right past me, still glowing in that dress, laughing with her phone in hand. Didn't even look at me. Tanya came in and tried to act normal. Wasn't she stunning? I said. Yeah. She looked great. But I'm done. She blinked. Done? Done with her, and done with you. Tanya thought I was bluffing, but I wasn't. I told her she could pack her things and leave. I was tired of being the guy who gives and gets nothing but silence and disrespect in return. I wasn't going to raise a teenager who didn't see me, and I sure as hell wasn't going to marry someone who let her child treat me like I didn't matter. They moved out 2 days later. Tanya begged me not to do this, said I was overreacting, that it was just prom, but she still never said Lila was wrong. Not once. That told me everything I needed to know. Fast forward 6 months, I've moved on. I've been focusing on myself, my job, my mental health, therapy even. I wasn't angry anymore, just done. Then one day I ran into a mutual friend of Tanya's, a woman named Carla. She looked awkward at first, like she wasn't sure whether to say something, and then she did. You know Tanya's back with her baby daddy, right? I just stared. Yeah, she said, almost whispering it. They got back together a couple months ago. She moved in with him. I laughed. I couldn't help it. The man she used to complain about nonstop. The man who missed birthdays, never paid child support, who flaked on picking Lila up half the time. That guy. That's who she chose. All I said was, they deserve each other. Because they do. I gave my heart, my time, and my wallet to that family. All I wanted was to feel like I belonged. But I was never going to be enough in a house where respect was optional and loyalty wasn't mutual. So yeah, I saved for her prom dress. I stayed up late helping with homework. I cooked dinner, drove carpools, played stepdad like it was a calling. But when it mattered most, they made it clear I was nothing more than a placeholder. And that's a role I'll never play again. It took a while to fully process it all. You don't just cut off people you lived with, laughed with, took care of, and feel nothing. Even after Tanya and Lila moved out, their ghost lingered in the little things. Her coffee mug was still in the cabinet. Lila's old textbook sat in a pile near the couch where she used to study. I should have thrown it all out, but I didn't. Not right away. I wasn't bitter. I was tired. People love to talk about how men are emotionally unavailable, but they never ask what it does to a man when he is emotionally available and gets burned anyway. I had friends who said, "You dodged a bullet," and maybe they were right. But it didn't feel like that. Not at first. It felt like I lost a family I built with my own 2 hands. Like I was grieving people who were still alive. And then, something strange happened. A few weeks after I found out Tanya had gone back to her baby daddy, I got a message on Facebook from Lila. She never really messaged me directly before, so I stared at it for a long time before I opened it. It just said, "Hey, I know you probably hate me, but I'm sorry." Just that. I didn't know how to respond. Part of me wanted to ignore it, but another part of me, the part that still remembered her looking at that green dress like it was made of dreams, typed back, "What changed?" She replied, "I guess I didn't realize how much you did until you weren't there anymore. Things aren't great here. Mom's not happy. He's always gone. It's weird." I didn't know what to say to that. I didn't want to play therapist, or worse, become the shoulder she only leaned on now that I wasn't her embarrassment anymore. So I said, "I wish you the best, Lila. I really do. But you and your mom made your choice. I just hope next time you don't treat the people who show up like they're disposable." She left me on scene. That was months ago. I haven't heard from her since, but honestly, I'm okay with that. What nobody tells you about stepping up is that it's often thankless. People love the idea of a stand-up guy until it comes time to stand with him. When it came down to it, neither of them had my back. And you know what? That was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because sometimes losing people isn't a tragedy. It's a reveal. I started dating again. Slowly, carefully. I met someone recently. Her name's Danielle. She has a 5-year-old son. She was upfront with me about everything. Her past, her boundaries, her expectations. She told me flat out, "If you ever feel disrespected by me or my kid, I want to know. Because I've seen how hard it is to love someone else's child, and I won't take that lightly." That hit me hard. So we're taking it slow. No rushed, meet the kid moments, no forced family dynamics, just honesty, respect, a real foundation. And every now and then, I think about Tanya and Lila, not with anger anymore, but with clarity. They were the lesson. Danielle and her son? Maybe they'll be the blessing.